गणपतिगं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पतान शृण्वन्नोतिभिस्सीदसादनम् ॐ श्रीमहागणपतये नमः। सरस्वत्यै नमो नित्यं भद्रकाल्यै नमो नमः। वेदवेदान्तवेदाङ्ग विद्यास्थानेभ्यैव च सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। हरि ओम। नमः श्री शंकरानंद गुरुपादाम्बुजन्मने सविलासमहामोह ग्राहग्रासैककर्मणे। We will chant from 10th verse, page 129. Samsarah paramarthoyam sallagna svatmavastuni iti bhrantiravidyasya vidyaisha nivartyate atma bhasasya jivasya samsaro natma vastunah iti bodho bhaved vidya labhyate sau vicharana sada vicharayet tasmat jagadjiva paratmanah jiva bhava jagad bhava बाधे स्वात्मैव शिष्यते ना प्रतीतिस्तयोर्बाधः किन्तु मिथ्यात्वनिश्चयः नो चेत् सुषुप्तिमूर्च्छादौ मुच्चेतायत्नतो जनः. We were seeing the Chitradeep chapter, which is the 6th chapter of Panchadashi. And in this chapter, the discrimination of Satya and Mithya is done by giving the analogy of a canvas and the various painting or picture shown on the canvas. So what was shown, you heard 4 stages were there. So Ghattit, Dhauta, Ghattit, Lanchita and Ranjita. So in that, after explaining that, Vedanta Swamiji, first thing he said that whole world is nothing but the everything is in the consciousness. First conclusion was, we'll discuss that later on, that this painting is not Niradhar. There is a Patadhar. It is not baseless. You can't have a painting which is without the cloth. You cannot have superimposition unless there is something real on which superimposition is there. This was the first point given through the analogy. Why this world you are saying? He will explain it later on, but a rough idea was given to us. Because the mind, the world is a name and form. And always remember that name and form are not substantial. They are based on something. So I say pot. So the pot form cannot be without anything. Because every name is of a form and every form is not independent. So pot will be based on something else. And that on which the pot is based, pot form, like the body is a form. So form body is not independent, it is based on Panchmahabhut. Like the chair. When I say chair, a form comes, but that form is based on wood. I say wood, there is again a form. This form is based on the log. Again I say log. So this log is based on the tree. Again form came. This tree is based on earth. Again form came. Everything is based, any form is based on something other than itself, and therefore it is mithya. Earth, again a form came, and earth is based on water. I say water, again form came, then water is based on fire. I say fire, again form came, fire is based on air. A bear is not seen by eyes, but it is still in a form because air also has unseen shape because they say cyclone is coming. So something which does not have a form, how can it come? Cyclone is coming, air is very fast. So air is also have a form. But these forms, when you go back, forms are becoming more and more pervasive. So air is based on space now. Well, but space does not have form. No, space does not have form, no doubt. But if you go deeply, space also has a very subtle form. Because in the dream, space is over. So what is over, that means must be having limitation. In the self, space is not there. And therefore space also has a form. Now space has a form. That means essence of space should be something else. And the essence of space is mind. Mind is much more pervasive. So from the chair we have come to mind. So essence of chair is mind. And mind also has a form, because you say it has come and gone. My mind went away in deep sleep and it came back again. Therefore, mind must be having another essence. And that essence of the mind is the consciousness. But consciousness does not come and go. Therefore, consciousness should not have a form. And because that consciousness is not having a form, therefore it should be all pervasive. Because there is no boundary line. Form is a boundary. And therefore essence of any chair is now consciousness. And which is at all, Bhagavan says that Maya tatamidam sarvam jagadavyakt murtina. This is the formless consciousness. This is mentioned here as Adhar Chaitanya. Now if conscious, that means all the form must be superimposed on the pure consciousness called Adhar Chaitanya. If you are clear, then I will move forward. If you are not clear, still I will move forward. Now, if you are able to guess, the example of picture and the cloth was given by Vidyaranyana Swamiji to tell that the picture is not different than the cloth. You cannot have a picture without a cloth. You can have a cloth without a painting. But painting cannot exist by itself. See the subtlety of these masters. Therefore, they are acharya, they are guru. Not only they are master in their subject, but they have a heavy communicative skills are there. You can see the communicative skill of Vidyananda Swamiji. And more you read Panchadashi, more your head will bow down to him. If you don't know, then he will be just one of the great person. But what made these people great, you will see this. And this is in 12th century, what he wrote, Panchadashi. This is 900 years after we are reading. 900 years. Here best booksellers come for 1 year. And surprisingly, what is very surprising, I mean, we keep on saying world has moved forward modern, but no such text has come after these texts. Such great texts have not come since last 500, 600 years. Which can equal to them. After Ramayana, no great text on Ramji had come. After Shankaracharya's Bhashya, nobody could write such a Bhashya. That was 1500 years back. So rather they were advanced or we are advanced, you can make it out. Nobody can even, people can comment on that, but no greater text have come. So this point is clear, I hope. Now he came to the point of the cloth on the human being. Don't stretch the example too much. The dog cat does not have a cloth, so therefore they are jad. This is not the meaning here. Just don't stretch too much. Just confine the example to what he wants to intend. In the painting, dog cat was not there. Now, he brought a point of Abhas Chaitanya, reflected consciousness, or Chidabhas, or Jeev. How he brought that point? He said for the child will see there are two cloth. One cloth is the canvas cloth, and other cloth is the person which the man is putting the shirt, that cloth. And he'll see both are as different. And he will see that this cloth which a person has put on is localized, and that is all pervasive. So as if this person, there is two consciousnesses are there. One consciousness is the all-pervading consciousness, other is the localized consciousness. And this is as true as that one. Or maybe my attention is on the cloth of the man and not on because the whole thing has been covered by the painting, therefore I don't see the dhaut patta. Dhaut patta, I don't see the clean cloth. I only see the lanchit patta. So my attention is not on the canvas. My attention is on the various scenarios, scenes, mountain, picture, bird, tree, wife, husband, child, cow. My attention will be on that and not on the substratum, the existence-ness of that on which it is seen. And I see everything as different than each other. I see cow is different, calf is different, man is different, boy is different. So one mistake, there are many mistakes that has happened now in my perception. First mistake is that me that I call I is totally different than the cause of the world. The mistake number one. And this appears real to me. This moving I, changing I with the reflection, this is different, this is a new one. And second is that it is one of the many people that are existing in this world. And world is a flat something and I am one part of that. I am one part small, so I am localized. These 2 points we had seen, and this is called ignorance. What is there? Atma abhasasya jivasya samsaro natma vastuna. Now what is the bodh now? Because it is ignorance based. Yesterday we had seen this point. That Vedanta is easiest because you don't have to do anything. Not that you sleep. You don't have to do, you have to just know it. What? That this cloth, this Abhas Chaitanya is not different than the Adhar Chaitanya. Or my reflected consciousness is not different than the complete consciousness. This is one point. Atma bhasya jivasya samsara. And the changes that I am seeing, 3 things were there. Adhar Chaitanya, Abhas Chaitanya and Sansar. Samsar was there. So Atma bhasasya jivasya samsara bhavati. Samsar does not belong to somebody else. Samsar does not belong to someone else. I hope you're understanding. Iti bodho bhaved vidya labhyate asau vicharana. This knowledge that the change that I experience, the figure, the body, the mind, all these experiences are not correct. Because I am the seer of all experiences, how can the seer be the seen? How can the light be the lit? How can this light be the book? Because in the light of me, I know that I am happy, I am unhappy. Therefore, in the light of me, there are 2 eyes are there. One is the light eye, other is the lit eye. How can the light eye be the lit eye? How can the light eye be the lit eye? I hope. Because I know that my eye is there. You don't need a very big, subtle mind to know that my eye is changing. We know that eye changes. But who knows that? We also know that I am not changing. And I also know that I am changing. So there are 2 eyes which are mentioned in Mundak Upanishad as Dva Suparna Sayuja Sakhaya Samanam Vriksham Parishashvajate Tayoranya Pippalam Swaduvatti Anashnan Anyo Abhichakashiti Samane Vrikshe Purusho Nimagna Anishaya Shochati Muyyamana Jushtam Yada Pashyati Anyamisham. अस्स्य महिमानम इति वीत शोकः. तो बोला हुआ है, you have heard all these things. बोले हर मुंडक, we have heard long back. 2 years back we heard Mundak. I think SUP course we had seen Mundak. We have seen. So you have to keep on revising. Only what to revise? No time is there. I have no time for revision. I thought I will revise. Some people are coming to see now. Today. 10:30 they are coming. 10:30 they are coming. We have to show something. You cannot be in your room. They know that they'll knock your window now. Supposing you can get out of phone, but you can't get out of that knock on the window. Unless you respond, they'll keep on knocking. Phone she won't answer, she won't see. But window they will keep on banging it. Huh? All of them know now. They know that you are not answering the phone, so they keep on knocking. They Koshki. She keeps on yelling. She thinks that after maybe 1 or 2 knocks they will go away, but they don't give up. Eh? Roshni also does. All have known now. They have known your tricks. So today 10:30 people are coming. How many are coming? I don't know. 50? Tell to Pankaj also. Huh? Okay. So I hope you are understanding the point. Well, which point? Point was that the light eye cannot be lit eye. There are two eyes. And the lit eye is made out of the mixture of the thought and the reflection into it. It is a reflection made out of the mixture of the consciousness and the thought. Chichaya aveshato buddho bhanam dhistu dvidha sthita eka ham kriti buddhi syat anya antakara rupani. Drigdrisha vek. So atma bhasasya jivasya samsara. Na atmastuna after samsara bhavati kama. Or full stop. Iti bodha bhaved vidya. This is called bodh. Knowledge. Acha. So what I understood? 2 things I understood. Number 1 thing is that changing I is not me and this is false. And number 2 point which I said, that I am the Adhar Chaitanya or I am the non-localized Satya, unchanging consciousness. Just this much has to be known. You don't have to do anything after that. Bas, this is called knowledge. That means the world also will be... Anyway, if you have understood the painting example very well, which I started, then only we will know that the world will not be real. Why he will give painting example? You should have given some other example. He should have given the example of the house and the earth. On the earth, a house is there. The brick can exist apart from the earth also. Why he gave the painting example then? Significant examples are there. Therefore I say, please study Panchadashi well. I have taken all chapters, 10 chapters. This is second time we had. I think it was played also. Panchadashi was played also, so you will be more familiar with. And after the course, I think course we took second chapter. No? Second chapter was in course. Then The rest of the chapters, first chapter was in course or not? No. So, but we took after that all chapters. But I was not satisfied. I said, let us see once more. Sada vichare tasmat. 12th shlok. Sada, you should always contemplate. What shall I contemplate? Jagat Jeev Paramatmana. Here Jagat means guna, like the varna. Three things were there: the cloth, the canvas cloth, and the imagined cloth on the man, and the nature of that imagined cloth. So here you are thinking of the gun of that. And Jeev means the Abhas Chaitanya. And Paramatmana means Adhar Chaitanya. You have to keep on thinking only two things. Not repeat it. Don't repeat the words, repeat the understanding. Repeating the words will become Upasana. Repeating the understanding is Vedantic. How that Abhas Chaitanya is false and how that Adhar Chaitanya is true. How Abhas Chaitanya is localized, how that cannot have an independent existence, and how Adhar Chaitanya is one, all-pervasive and Satya. Three things, what we have heard from our teacher, we repeat it in our mind. We repeat and assert the understanding. Understanding, especially when we are sad, especially when I am anxious, especially when I am lost. So Jeev Bhav Jagat Bhav Badhe Sati. When Jeev Bhav and Jagat Bhav Badhe means it is negated. How Jeev Bhav is negated? Because this mixture is a false mixture. Abhas is false. Why Abhas is false? Because all pervasive consciousness cannot mix with the thought which is not pervasive. This mixing itself is not possible. Why? Because thought is mithya, consciousness is satyam. Satya and mithya cannot mix. Both are of different level of reality. One is pratibhasik satya, other is paramarthik satya. Like the dream and waking cannot mix. Because one is all pervasive, other is least pervasive, therefore thought and consciousness cannot mix. All pervasive cannot mix with something. Second point. Second way to know it is mithya. Third thing to say that it is mithya. It is mithya. Why? Mithya means false. Why it is false? Because it is negated very fast. It disappears. It disappears. Why more it is mithya? Because this is seen not by itself. It is seen in the main consciousness where this is absent. It is not substantial. This Jeev Bhav or Chidabhas or reflection is not substantial. Then what it is? What it is? It is only experiential, but not substantial. Well, why? Because you can't get it. You can't experience it, or like the reflection in the mirror is not substantial. It is experiential. It is experienced, but you need a mirror, you need a light. What do you mean by substantial? Which does not need, by itself it is proved, which does not need something else to prove, which is non-variable, that is substantial. Substance means aheyam anupadeyam, which cannot be left and which cannot be taken. That is called substantial. And only experiential means I experience, but I can't hold the experience. I cannot prove it by any pramana. There is no pramar to prove it. It is seen where it is not there. It appears and disappears. It is not proved. Vicharam na sahate. It cannot tolerate inquiry. Like politicians. So, जीव भाव जगत भाव बाधे सती स्वात्मा एव शिष्यते. Only Atma is remaining. I hope you are understanding that point. Please note, you have to the whole thing is that spiritual life is very personal. Unless I decide, please explain to him. Unless he wants to understand, we can't make him understand. He has to put effort to understand. Because problem is inside. Nobody can enter anybody's mind and change it. So, this point we saw. Now 13 shlok. Please be careful. Is it clear? No? So what is said is there. हम लोग anything which is not there is appearing only because appearing true. Therefore, only by our non-inquiry, only by our non-discriminating, non-inquiry. I did not put effort to inquire about it. Inquiry, understand, no? Non-inquiry. I felt, somebody's outside because I hearing this sound. It happened with me here, in that old room once. First room, room number 1. 1, 2, 3, there are 3 rooms. So one is gone, his Punarjanam has happened. Room number 1. That first room, Punarjanam, now it has become now Narayan 3 after Punarjanam. One night, ऐसे से आवाज है, फिर चुप हो जाए. I said, who is there? 1 o'clock in the night. Two, 3 times I heard, 4 times. I said, let us open the door and see. I said, who is there? कोई है नहीं. अब 1,000 thoughts come. You see, who is there? Somebody was hiding in the bathroom. From bathroom window, there was no burglar guard at that time. I thought they put some children sometime inside the burglar guard enter. Or they may come from this side. I said, somebody is knocking. How long to see? 1 hour. And nobody in the whole ashram. I said, somebody is there. Maybe Bhoot Pret is there. This thought also comes. That somebody told it was a cremation ground. That place, so some Bhoot has come now after a few 100 years. When I opened the door, this is called inquiry. There was a bandanvar, the made out of on the door it was kept with some leaf and all these things. Somebody had put it, and that was fluttering because some wind was coming from somewhere. Yes, from window some wind is coming. And in that room, Chinmaya Alaya 2 also, Vinayak block also sometime, this tree was there. Mandi Nishan came to stay. And in this tree, that tree, palm tree, thak, whole night, बहुत डर गया वो कि पता नहीं क्या है. But best was in your next room, in Johannesburg, North Cliff property. I think that was real. two people went to sleep in the room. They left away. Anna? Santosh came and he left. He said somebody is lifting the bed or something. Something was there. Lifting the bed. Shaking them. Them only. And same thing happened with Pradosh. And her room was next. He didn't come in your room. North Cliff property. Swimming pool? Swimming pool जिसमें था. Swimming pool तो यहाँ वाली भी. But that room, there are two rooms. One Param was staying, one was her room. That Param's room, so if one people said he couldn't sleep, Santosh, not the priest. No. He works also. So he came to sleep because they thought somebody that was shaking. Then Pradosh came to sleep. He also has same experience. Two people have same experience, so case becomes stronger. Anyway, inquiry means determining the source of cause or cause. If you don't have a source or a cause, then that thing is false. I see something. I see you angry. But I found why you are angry, there is no cause. Then I'll say his anger is baseless. Or unnecessarily you are happy. Well, I have got the money. But I said, where is the money? There is no money. Then I'll say your happiness is also false. Because there is no money, unnecessarily you are so happy, you don't get any money. So when Chit Jad Granthi is inquired, that consciousness, well, what is the cause? You say there cannot be any cause. It is not possible. It is not possible. When you ascertain the cause and find out this experience that I am having, I am happy, I am sad, I am human, I am born, you don't get a real cause. It is not possible that this experience should be there. But I have experience without possibility. Therefore I said, because it is there, like shadow is there. There is nothing dark called shadow, real thing is called shadow. They inquired how the sun, experientially sun is moving. But when they inquired, sun cannot move. Sun cannot move. Day and night cannot be a real thing. There cannot be movement that sun is moving and the earth is stationary. It was not possible as per the telescope and as per the inquiry. But experience is there of day and night. Experience is there of the sun is moving. Experience is there that earth is stationary. So where experience is there but there is no cause which can fit it, then it will be called a false experience is there. You cannot find any praman for it. What is false cannot be proved by praman. I have ahankar that I am a very big person. I have abhiman that I am a very important person. I am VIP, VVIP, I am a very important person. But what happened? I can't take out one virus. If one stomachache starts, if headache starts, and I don't know one subject completely. Acha, I don't know. God is omniscient, but I don't know the spelling of omniscient also. I am alpicient. I don't know this. I am horribly ignorant, terribly ignorant. How can you should have abhiman that you are important? You are totally ignorant. One subject of this whole cosmos you don't know. देखो इंक्वायरी से प्रमाण नहीं है, उसका कुछ प्रमाण नहीं है, द्वेष का प्रमाण नहीं है, राग प्रमाण डजंट हैव, ईर्षा प्रमाण डजंट हैव. When I say I like this person, who likes? That entity itself is not proved who likes. And whom you are liking, that also is not proved very well. तुम बेकार में खुद तो गलत गलत बात है. So ignore what is the product of ignorance can never be known by any means of knowledge. प्रत्यक्ष, अनुमान, अर्थापत्ति, अनुपलब्धि शब्द कुछ प्रमाण से जाना ही नहीं गए. It is not illumined by something. And it is just saying like that, I know that person has come outside with the white shirt. But nobody is known. Nobody is seeing it. How did you, that person is there, outside one person is there. But who is seeing? Nobody knows. When nobody is able to see, then how can you say that person is there? How can you say like that? Well, I think he is a bad person. How did you know? Its intuition is coming. What? ये कोई प्रमाण है? The politician talking. I hope you understood the meaning of. So this Abhas Chaitanya is not proved by any praman, around which we are very excited. No, say we should not have experience now. Now student says we should not have any experience of the false. Bole no. Dekho next shlok. Tayoho badha. Tayoho means of these two. Tayoho means of these two. So tayoho badah na apratitihi. This is which shlok is there? There are two things are there. One is called satyatva nishedh, other is called pratiti nishedh. Negation of the truthfulness in Jagat and Jeev. This is one statement. And negation of Jeev and not appearance of Jeev and Jagat. Well, again say slowly. Again say. One is called Satyatva Badha, other is called Pratiti Badha. Something is not appearing at all. This is called Pratiti Badha or Satyatva Badha. Pratiti Badha. Something is not appearing at all. And something is appearing but not appearing true at all. So in the two experience, Jagat and Jeev don't have the Pratiti Badha, they have the Satyatva Badha. It is not that they won't appear, their appearance will appear as false. So Jagat and Jeev are not Pratiti Badha, but Satyatva Badha. The experience is not false, but the truthfulness of the experience is false, like the film or the drama. In the drama or the film you see, so perception is not equal to, something is unreal doesn't mean it should not be seen at all. So the perception is not opposing the falseness, like the blueness of the sky, like the moving of the sun. So world has perception but does not have reality. I hope this point is clear. See the word here, tayoho. Tayo means jeev jagatoho. So of this jeev and jagat, na apratiti. There is no absence of perception. Kintu mithyatva nishchaya. But the assertion of the falseness. So they are experientially there, but factually not there. Experientially they are there, but factually is not there. Like somebody is acting to, then you say he is acting very well. You are experiencing the acting, but you feel like the actor is there. Actor in the film is acting as a poor person. He has become beggar. But you know that in reality he is a millionaire. He is not a beggar. Are you seeing that? Not seeing that he is polishing the shoes. and somebody throws one coin. One film was there. He said, Babuji, हम फेंक के पैसे नहीं लेते. I don't take the coins which are thrown. कुली था. तो he will okay, बोले अच्छा ले लो. After 20 years also, something happens. The same person throws the money like that. Now, earlier it was coin, now he has become a big, notes. Again he says, बोले आज भी हम फेंके पैसे नहीं लेते. Today also I don't take the money which is thrown like that. Somebody hit with this. But you know that this person who is acting as a coolie, he is not poor. He is millionaire and billionaire. So you can see something and still you can know that this is not real. My point is this. Now Vidyadharanya Swamiji is saying, if you feel absence of perception is equal to knowledge. No chet, if you say no, sushupti murchhadau muchet ayat tato jana. In the deep sleep and in the faintness, automatically everybody will be realized because there is no absence, no perception. Ayatnata, without reading any Vedanta, like we are putting effort every day, unnecessary. Let us sleep. Let's go to sleep now. Sleep or sleep. Sleep is the one thing which everybody likes. And there is no difference of opinion in that. So, no chet, sushupti murchhadau muchet ayatnato janaha. I hope this point is clear to you. So, this is why yoga, I was there. I'm not telling the name of the place. So, one person, they just feel that I should answer any question. As if objective buzzer round they start. When was the Atma started? By the time you start answering, why did Bhagavan create the world? Third question. Without meditation, how can you know the self? Arey bhai, ruko to. Then he told that, see, this is Atma. And unless we quieten everything, you can't have experience of Atma. Understood? He says Atma is there, and around that mind is there, intellect is there. Unless you remove mind and intellect, you can't have experience of Atma. What was the fallacy? Fallacy is that Atma is not against mind and intellect. I need not remove all objects of this room to know the light. I have only to know that this light alone is illuminating the object. I don't have to remove the object in the dream to know that dream seer is there. You have to know that dream seer alone is there. Dream seer is not opposed to the dream object. Dream seer can be there, still object can be there. So reality is not opposing the ignorance. Thought of reality is opposing the thought of ignorance. But reality is not opposing the ignorance. Ignorance is based on the reality. Rather, it is giving support to the reality. So you don't need to quieten your mind and then you will know the consciousness. In the disturbed mind also consciousness is illuminating. If you have the capacity, then why should I quieten? Because in disturbed mind you are disturbed, your attention is outside. Therefore it is said you quieten, then it is easier way out. I hope you are clear. Let's see the 14th verse. Paramatma vacheshopi tat satyatva vinishchayah na jagad vismritir no chet जीवन मुक्तिर न संभवे. So Paramatma Avashesha. So Paramatma Avashesha means Paramatmana Avashesha. That means Paramatma Rupen Avashesha. Itham Bhave Tritiya is there. So, in the what is remaining? Only Paramatma is there. So, understood, no? Paramatma Avashesha is one word. And so, how the Sandhi Samas will be there? Paramatmana Avashesha. And Tritiya is for Ittam Bhavi Tritiya. Paramatma Rupena Avashesha. Like in the form of Paramatma only, Avashesha means left out. And Tat Satyatva Nishchaya, Vinishchaya. So you are not asserting or emphasizing or understanding what? The truthfulness of the Adhar Chaitanya. You are understanding, you are realizing, you are asserting, you are convincing yourself. Acha? What you are convinced? That this consciousness, when I was fast asleep, still the consciousness was there in me. When I woke up, then in the sleep, the consciousness which was there cannot get up. Why? Because it did not sleep. That consciousness did not sleep, which was already awake in the deep sleep. Then what will be the nature of that consciousness, which is the essence of all that Adhar Chaitanya, will be like Adhar Vastra, it will be limitless, it will be timeless. Because if it was in time, then in the deep sleep, when time was not there, it also won't be there. And therefore it will be timeless and spaceless. Therefore it has not gone. Therefore it has not modified. Therefore it has not changed. You have done nischaya of that. Tat satyatva vinishchayaha. Irrespective of world is seen or not. You don't have to stop the earth movement to know that sun does not move. You don't have to stop the appearance to know that this substratum is true. You don't have to remove the perception of false to know the truth. Because the false perception is not opposed to the knowledge of the truth. ठीक है ना? हाँ, truth appearing as true and false appearing as true, both are opposite. This contradictory knowledge cannot be there. That is, that the deep sleep and the waking is also true and dream is also true. But the perception of, I hope I am reading, perception of the false is not opposing the realization of the truth. You can realize the truth with the false perception of the world and false perception of the Jeev also. You did not have to quieten the mind and know that there is no Jagat at all to know the self. You don't need that. I hope this point is clear. Paramatma avasheshopi tat satyat. Tat means Paramatma. Adhar chet. Na jagat vismritir no chet. You don't need jagat vismriti. Kama. After jagat vismriti is kama. No chet. Supposing I say no. You should have no experience of the world. If you have the knowledge, then there will be no realized person. Because he has experienced the self and he went away after that. Well, then I don't want. No chet jivan mukti na sambhavet. Nobody will be liberated by living. Then Shankaracharya won't be there. Then all these saints are, because if anybody is living, that means he has not known the self. Because if he knows the self, he should be disappearing. Because he is seeing the world and is still knowing the self. How is it possible? I hope you are clear. So when somebody says that person said, when you remove the mind, remove the intellect in meditation, then you will have Atma Gyan, because Atma is here and mind is covering, my dear. My dear, let me tell you, mind is not covering the Atma. Your problem is many. What? Number one, you thought Atma is finite. Number two, you thought there is something real called mind. Only one real thing can cover another real thing. If you had known that Atma is infinite and mind is not really covering, it is appearing to cover, then you will not work on removing the mind. You will work on understanding that these two mixture itself is not possible. And therefore, Yoga Sutras and Vedanta is where they differ here. Yoga Sutras are meant on quietening the mind and going into Nirvikalpa Samadhi, which Vedanta says you can go to Samadhi, but don't think knowledge takes place in Samadhi. Samadhi is for assertion. Meditation is for assertion. It is to deal with vasana, so that knowledge can be uninterrupted. Knowledge can be vivid and lucid at all time, at all place. That is for which the meditation is there. Meditation won't give knowledge. Meditation will keep the knowledge uninterrupted and unobstructed by the gush and the storm of vasanas. Meditation deals with the viparya, dehat vasana, again and again. Meditation does not deal with directly the knowledge. I hope you are very not unclear. What is this? Very not unclear. Too negative means you are clear, very clear. But why you said not unclear? Because to say that because unclear, we are very clear that I am unclear. To remove that unclear, we have used this too negative, not unclear. So na jagat vismritir na nochet jivan muktir na sambhavet. So don't try to remove the mind. You are more in the process of two things: knowing the nature of the self and knowing the nature of mind, world, jeev. There are two compartments. And you know, and therefore Bhagavad Gita also says there are two compartments. Tell me the shlok. Here Bhagavan says there are two departments. One is not true, other is true. Na sato vidyate bhavaha, na bhavo vidyate satah, ubhayorapi drishtontah. दोनों को देखा गया. उभयोरपि दृष्टोन्तः त्वनयोस् तत्त्वदर्शिभिः. Both have been analyzed, and if you see the commentary, he says सत सतेव असत असतेव. जो सत है वो सत है, दूसरा असत है. बस इतना ही जानना है. वेदांत is not to remove the mind. बड़ा easy लगता है. Vedanta is not bent on, and neither Upanishads are saying that. Meditation is an exercise. Exercise is to make yourself fit for knowing. Meditation is making self. Before knowledge, meditation is for Gyan Yogita Prapti. And after knowledge, meditation is from Gyan Nishtha Prapti. Meditation has a role. But meditation is not the revealer. It is the obstruction remover. Before knowledge, it is Gyan Yogita Prapti. I am quietening the mind. But after knowledge, you are meditating not to remove the thoughts and then I will know the Atma. It is Gyan Nishtha Prapti. These are the points which you should keep in your mind. Okay, I am understanding. Now, how to know this? How to know this? What? This knowledge, I understood. Can you give us some format in which I can do my sadhana? Well, of course, if you want format, well, yes, because I am very slow. I'm very slow and I find difficult all these things. Of course, let us see 15 words. Paroksha cha paroksheti vidya dvedha vicharja tatra paroksha vidyaptau vicharoyam samapyate. He says, Dvedha vicharja vidya dvedha. There are two kinds of vidya. So, vicharja dvedha. Two kinds of vidya are there which are born from vichar. Vichar means thinking. Thinking what? What is right, what is sat, what is asat. What are those two kinds of vidya? Paroksha cha aparoksha iti. One is called paroksh, other is called aparoksh. Achha. Indirect and direct. Like I see you directly and I knew you through somebody. Well, I directly know him very well. I have lived with him. This is aparoksh. But I had heard about him through somebody. That is paroksh. Acha. So, tatra means tayoho madhye. Nirdharana saptami. Tayoho madhye aparoksha vidyaptau. When the aparoksh jnana is there, vicharo yam samapyate. So tatra aparoksha vidyaptau satyam ayam vichara samapyate. So born out of Shastra, this inquiry is completed. Achha? This inquiry is completed. But how does vichar takes place? Shastra pramana vakyam. By the pramana of the vichar takes place by use of pramana. Which pramana? Shastra pramana. Like knowledge about the form, this is flower, it took place by the pramana called eyes. This is a watch, this knowledge took by pramana called eyes. This is not cold, neither very hot, this pramana of skin was there. Similarly, I am not finite, this pramana is from the Vedanta pramana. So Shastra pramana vakyam, from the statement which is born out of the pramana of the scriptures. Acha, okay. I understand that. So what will Shastra do? Shastra is a mirror. So you don't see the mirror, you see in the mirror. So self-inquiry is in the form of Shastra inquiry. I don't read the scripture. I see the knowledge of my. Who am I in that? This is called sense inquiry. And from that self-inquiry, Shastra, paroksh and aparoksh jnana will be there. So Shastra vicharjanya paroksh jnana and Shastra vicharjanya aparoksh jnana. So this will be known. What is paroksh and what is aparoksh. And that we will see tomorrow. Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Pyo Namaha.